Rosie, after a nice big slice of pizza, I need some donuts. And the donuts I'm going to make for you, to keep it on theme, are pumpkin donuts, which are sweet on their own. This pumpkin's been roasted. I've sliced it in half, and if you have a taste of it, it is really sweet.
Yep, there's natural sugars coming through.
Now, we love our pumpkin in Australia, and I'm going to show you how you can turn a pumpkin into a donut. It's going to be great.
Never had it, can't wait.
What I'm going to do is put 3 cups of flour, plain flour, straight into that. You've got some eggs in front of you. What I want you to do is to crack 2 whole eggs and 2 egg yolks straight into the Cook Expert.
Not just eggs, these are bright yellow for a reason. There is a patented diet that these hens are on. The cleanest little diet you've ever been on.
You're going to give me that chicken hotel thing again, aren't you?
The chicken hotel they live at.
Now, I've got a good tablespoon of yeast that's been proved, and you can see it's foamed up, so I know it's been activated. I put a little bit of sugar, a little bit of flour in there, and that allows the yeast to come up. I'm going to reach across you and pop that straight in there. It's like playing a game of Twister, isn't it? Donut Twister, there we go. I pop that over there. Now, to that, I'm going to add 1/4 cup of sugar, regular caster sugar in there, and I'm going to add 140 grams of melted butter. Yep. Now, are they the 2 yolks there?
They are.
I hereby authorise you to pop those yolks in there.
Okie dokie.
Now, I'm also going to add some milk. I'm going to add about 240 mils of milk straight into the Cook Expert. There we go. Now, this is the pumpkin that I've roasted. I'm going to show you. I'm going to scoop a little bit of this out, and it looks quite dry here like this. But what I do, if I pop the little bowl
puree,
there,
doesn't it?
It does. I mean, you could eat that, and it is really, really sweet. I'll get you to taste that. There we go. Just to confirm to all the people at home that it is nice and sweet. There we go. We're confirmed it is nice and sweet. What I do is I give that a bit of a squeeze. See what I mean? There's a lot of water coming out of this, and if you add this water, as the pumpkin gets whizzed around in the dough, that water comes out of it. So if you are making pumpkin donuts, you want to be really careful of this, because that water will turn your dough into a really, really sloppy...
Squeezing is key.
Yeah, squeeze it out a bit, and I'll give you another tip. So I reckon I've got about 1/2 cup of pumpkin puree that'll go all the way through it, and it will give it a lovely sort of colour. Here's my little tip. What I do is I add a little bit of almond meal, about 1/2 cup of almond meal, to compensate for the water that will come out of the pumpkin. Now, what you want to do is put your ingredients into a mixer with the dough hook, press the button and let it turn around nice and slowly till it forms a nice dough. What I'm going to do is press a couple of buttons and get my Cook Expert to do the job for me. What I want to do is make sure all that dough, there's a little bit of pumpkin there as well, and the Magic Mix has kneaded it up nicely for me, so it's nice and sort of elastic and sticky. Now, the thing we need to do now, Rosie, is we need to prove it. We've got a yeast, so what we need to do is prove this up, so it'll double in size. There we go. There's a little bit stuck in the bottom there. There we go. Take that off there. Look at that lovely sticky dough. We want to pop this somewhere nice and warm. I'll cover it up with some cling film or even Nana's tea towel.
Oh, yeah.
It'll come up nice and gently. What I'll do is I'll knock it back, and then I'll roll it into little balls onto a tray, let it come up again, so it's ready to prove. It takes 2 times 40 minutes, which I don't know how long that takes, but it takes a while. But soon we'll be eating lovely pumpkin donuts.
Baking's about the art anyway, isn't it?
It is. Who cares what time it is? Now, Rosie, you can see the donuts have proved a little bit, and it's amazing, the pumpkin colour has gone all the way through it. Now, what I'm going to do is grab my little palette knife here. My oil is hot. I've got my little thermometer in there. It's about 180 degrees Celsius. The donuts go in there, and they start to bubble straight away. You like that?
Oh, it's just like we're at the fair, isn't it?
It is, but it's not going to be that fair because I'm going to have more than you, so I don't know if it's going to be that fair. But in go the donuts, and just whiz them around, and I'm going to put them into the oil here, but the trick is with the oil is don't overload it. If you put a whole heap of donuts in there, the temperature drops, the donuts soak in all that oil and they become greasy, which is something that's not quite right. Now, I'm going to pop these in here. Now, you can make something similar, this type of dough, and you can actually cut it out with a scone cutter and put them into the oven. You know, give them a bit of a spray or some olive oil on them, but there's nothing better than deep frying a donut. All I need to do is keep an eye on the temperature here, keep an eye on the donuts, and if you can pass me the chopsticks over there, I've figured out that the best way to turn donuts donuts over is with chopsticks. You just tap them like that, and when they're ready, they just roll straight over. Now, these will take a couple of minutes.
Just like ducks.
Just like little ducks, exactly right. Now, I've got over there a little tray with some sugar
Yes.
and some cinnamon in there. Look at that, it's golden already.
Lovely.
It won't take long at all. What we want to do is make sure those donuts are cooked all the way through, because the last thing we want is a gooey centre donut, unless, of course, it's got some custard in it. A couple of minutes to go. Look at these little balls of goodness. Now, straight into my little tray here of sugar and cinnamon.
For a small moment, they look like a mushroom, and I was so happy.
There's nothing, you'd be happy with donuts, wouldn't you? They've got pumpkin in them. I mean, if it wasn't for the eggs and the butter, they'd almost be vegan, wouldn't they? So all my vegan friends would be out there saying, Richo, you've made us some vegan donuts, just except for the egg and the butter. Now, what I'll do is I'll give these a bit of a shake around like that to make sure we've got that sugar and cinnamon all over them. Look at that.
Oh, the smell of cinnamon's lovely, I must say.
It is really nice, and you want to make sure you get the sugar and cinnamon on it while it's hot, because it soaks into the outside of it, makes it nice. Now, just when you think that's enough, I've got my secret syringe here with jam. Strawberry jam, the only thing that belongs inside a donut. There we go. What I'm going to do is punch a hole in that and squeeze it in and make sure I've got just enough jam for you. Look, it's going in there and it's squeezing out the outside. Now, that is really hot, so I'm just going to handle this and I'm going to break it in half so you can see it. Look at that pumpkin. You can see it's cooked all the way through. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to squeeze a bit more jam on there for you, because a donut's not a donut unless it's got some jam in it. Now, if you grab that, be careful, it's hot.
The colour's stunning inside, I must say.
It is. That pumpkin's gone all the way through it. You can see it's worked. Now, let me have a little taste of that.
OK for me?
It's a donut. What could be wrong with it? It's just going to be perfect. Oh. Soft and fluffy and crisp on the outside. The jam in the middle works so well with the pumpkin.
Until I saw the middle, I was a little bit worried, but I love that it's nice and fluffy inside, and I'm glad you managed to slip some vegetables in there somehow. So I think we've really shown the versatility of the pumpkin with my pizza. You could probably have once a week, your fritters once a month maybe, and then once a year, please, with these.
So if you're going to have it once a year, make sure you have a big pile of them.
Well done.